So here's something I learned a little too late. I used to spend hours making a single video, writing, filming, editing, you know the drill. I'd finally post it and then feel this weird pressure. Cool, now what do I post tomorrow? It was exhausting. Pour everything into one video, only to feel like I was starting from zero the very next day. And honestly, it made me dread content creation. Then, someone said something that stuck. Don't just create content, create from your content. That's when I started repurposing. Not just cutting clips, but actually thinking differently about what I already made. Now, one video gives me 10 and sometimes 15 solid posts. Here's exactly how I do it. Let's say I film a video talking about why you're not growing on Instagram. I share 3 things that helped me get unstuck, and I tell a little story about how I used to post every day and still feel invisible. That's the video. Done. But instead of letting that be a one and done post, I sit with it and ask, what else is inside this video that someone might need? That's how you pull content. Number 1, the full video for YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook. This is the base, the anchor. Give it a real title, not clickbait, but something clear like, this is what finally helped me grow on IG after years of nothing. Treat it like a conversation, not a performance. You don't need to impress anyone. Speak like you do in grabbing coffee. Calm, honest, and direct. Because this is where people decide if they trust you, because they see the full picture, the nuance, the why behind your advice. If this lands, everything else you share already has weight. 2 to 4. 3 short clips for Reels, Shorts, and TikTok. Look for moments in your parent video where you were real. Not polished, just real. Something like, you can post every single day and still be invisible if you're not clear on who you're actually talking to. That became a 30-second short. And it hit more people than the full video ever did. Short clips are where honesty wins. Number 5, a quote graphic. There's always that one line in your video, the one you didn't plan, but when you said it, even you pause for a second. That's the line you turn into a quote. It could be something like, posting every day didn't grow my audience. It just made me forget why I started. Drop it on a clean background, keep the design simple, and post it on Instagram or LinkedIn. Anywhere people stop to reflect. These are the kinds of posts that get saved, screenshotted, shared in group chats, and not because they're flashy, but because they feel true. Number 6, a carousel post for LinkedIn or Instagram. This one's a favorite of mine because carousels make people pause. They don't scroll past, they swipe, they stay a little longer, and they think. Take the 3 core tips from your video and break them down, one slide at a time. Start with something simple and honest. For example, slide 1, 3 reasons your IG might not be growing. Then, use each slide to share one tip with a short line of context. Make it personal and make it clear, no fluff. Slide 2, you're posting daily but not saying anything real. Slide 3, you're trying to be everywhere and losing your voice in the process. Slide 4, you're measuring reach, not connection. And then end with a prompt that invites reflection. For the final slide, which one feels most familiar right now? Design it once and it's ready for Instagram, LinkedIn, even Pinterest. It's not just content, it's a moment people can save and come back to. Number 7, a mistake post. This one is a text-only post. There's something about hearing someone else's mistake that instantly makes people stop and listen, especially when they're on the same path. It's not about sharing misery. It's about showing the moment when things almost went wrong and what changed. That's why a mistake post almost always lands. I'll write something like, one mistake I made early on. I kept copying what worked for other people instead of figuring out what I actually wanted to say. Then, I talk about how that mindset kept me stuck and what finally helped me find my voice. That story, it's pulled directly from the same video, but now it's reframed as a personal turning point. It connects in a different way. It doesn't need fancy editing or new ideas. It's effective because it's honest. 8 to 10, tweets or threads. This is where I take the heart of the video and strip it down to the bones. Each tip becomes its own tweet, a short, sharp thought. The kind of thing someone reads and thinks, wow, that's exactly where I'm at. Sometimes I'll start with something like, 3 things I stopped doing on IG that actually helped me grow. And then I walk through the exact same points from the video, just reworded, like I'm texting a friend, not writing a script. No filler, no formatting tricks, just truth in small doses. It's short form, but it's still real value. And the best part? These posts spark replies, shares, and saves because they meet people mid-scroll with something that actually makes them stop. Number 11, a behind-the-scenes clip. This one always works, not because it's perfect, but because it's not. People love seeing the messy middle, the behind the scenes. It's the same reason movie bloopers or making of clips are so fun. They pull you in, make you feel like you're part of the process, and that's exactly why these kinds of posts connect so well. It doesn't have to be fancy. It could be a quick before and after of you set up, your cat jumping on the desk mid-recording, or that one take where you totally blank out and everyone starts laughing. It's simple, it's real, and it makes people smile. A clip like this works great as an IG story, a fun reel, or TikTok, or a quick YouTube short. Even a casual post on LinkedIn, as long as you're sharing it with a little honesty and a hey, same here energy. Number 12, a story version for Instagram or LinkedIn. This is the quickest, easiest way to show up. No edits, no script, no fancy setup. Your lighting doesn't even have to be perfect, and your words don't need to be profound. Just grab your phone, hit record, and speak to your audience like you're sending them a quick update. Something like, hey, I just posted a video about what actually helped me grow on IG. No hacks, no fluff, just the stuff that finally worked. And that's it. Simple, honest, and human. If it's personal, it feels personal, like you're talking to them and not just posting at them. And that's exactly why it works. You can add a quick poll or ask a question like, what's been the hardest part about growing online for you? It turns your audience from viewers into participants, and it takes less than 30 seconds to do so. Number 13, a blog or newsletter. Not everyone wants to watch a video. Some people just prefer to read. That's where a blog or a newsletter version of your video can really help. And no, it doesn't have to be a big production. You can just take the script, clean it up a little, and write it the way you'd explain it to a friend. Keep it simple. A short intro, your main points, maybe a quick story to pull it all together. Written content lets your audience slow down. They can save it, come back to it, or just read it quietly without needing to press play. And for people who are tired of being on all the time, a well-written post can feel like a breath of fresh air. And finally, 14 to 15, reposts. This part is easy to overlook, but it's honestly one of the smartest things that you can do. Repost your content. If a short clip did well, bring it back a few weeks later with a new caption. If a quote graphic got some traction, post it again. Maybe on a different platform or with a slightly different take. Because most likely, most people didn't see it the first time. And even if they did, they're probably not going to remember. That's just how fast content moves now. So no, reposting isn't being lazy. It's being smart. You're getting more value from the work that you've already done. Good content deserves more than one chance. And often, the second time you share it, it hits even harder. If you're feeling like content creation is an endless treadmill, I promise, there's a way to keep showing up without wearing yourself out. You don't need more content. You just need to look at what you've already made and trust that there's more in it than you realize. And if juggling 15 posts across 5 platforms feels overwhelming, yeah, I get that too. I dropped something helpful in the description. It's what I use to plan and schedule everything in one place. Check it out if you're ready to breathe a little easier when it comes to showing up online.